Hey guys, it is your favorite Crimmigration attorney, Sabrina Thompson, and it's been a while, right, since I have shared a video here on my social media space, and I miss you guys. And I have decided this year that I am going to be intentional about spending more time here and connecting with my friends and my followers on social media. So call it a New Year's resolution or are we still doing those, or is that like a passe thing? I don't know. Nonetheless, you will be seeing more of me this year. Do send me your questions and your concerns about immigration or criminal defense law, and I'd be happy to address them here. Today, I just want to share a brief word about trusting your lawyer, right? So we've been very busy here at the legal group, and this week we had a great victory in a DUI case. And it came about really because my client summoned his inner strength and put his anxiety about the case aside and allowed me to follow my gut in terms of strategy and working out the case. So he was charged with DUI. And let me just say that I'm not a proponent of anyone driving drunk or even tipsy, right? If you're going to go out drinking, if you have been drinking, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a friend who's sober. Don't get behind the wheel and put your life and others at risk. It's just not worth it. However, if you do find yourself charged with a DUI, make sure you hire an attorney who is knowledgeable and well-versed in DUI law in your jurisdiction to help you work it out. Now, in this case, going back to my client's DUI, he was adamant about the fact that he was not drunk. He wasn't even tipsy. However, he was pulled over by an officer. The officer said he smelled alcohol on him. My client did admit that he had a drink, and so that's really all the officer needs to bring the charges. He did have my client get out and do some field sobriety tests that he said my client did poorly on, and there was no blood alcohol reading. That my client didn't do the breathalyzer test. So the thing is, it so happened that my client had a couple years ago, a prior DUI charge. And when that happens, when a person is before a court as a second time offender for the same charge, particularly with DUI, that usually means you're looking at a jail sentence. And sure enough, the prosecutor was pushing for jail. In this case, we got them down to just a weekend, which, is not horrible in the way of jail, but who wants to do even a day in jail? And so initially, my client was kind of like, yeah, I'll just do the weekend because I don't want to risk getting any more time than that. And, I get that. But I just, call it my gut intuition. I just kind of knew that I could work this out a little bit more favorably, especially because I believed him. Reading the evidence, I did think that the case was lacking, and I believed my client was not, in fact, drunk, right? So nonetheless, my client, gave me the space really to push the envelope, and he followed my strategy. We went forward and pushed it to trial. We did not have a trial. We were able to work it out at the last minute, and in the end, my client walked away with no jail time, no DUI conviction, no probation even. He did get a fine, and that was it. And so we were quite victorious, and he was grateful that he was able to avoid jail and probation and the other things that he was worried about, the points and all of that. And it wouldn't have happened if he had given into that anxiety and just kind of taken the deal that came to him initially. He just had to really summon that inner strength to let me do my thing. And when you have a lawyer that's advising you, take their advice, okay? In these years of practice in litigating these cases, we develop a know-how about strategizing and moving these cases forward. And so I'm happy to report that we had a great day in court this week here at the legal group. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing more about the work that we're doing and the results that we're getting as we continue to fight for immigrants in the criminal and justice system. See you soon.